Hello, it's time for Weekly Waffle. I apologise, it's a little bit later than I thought it was going to be, but that's something to do with the fact that I decided to go to sleep instead of actually doing what I should have been doing. So massive apologies for anybody who was actually waiting for this load of rubbish last night. But regardless of that, I kind of wanted to talk about a quote that I found, and I'm going to read it to you, so I have to apologise. I'm going to break my cardinal rule of actually looking off to this side so that I can read it, because I want to get it absolutely right. So bear with me while you get to talk to the side of my head. So hang on. The quote reads, "It's easy to judge, it's more difficult to understand. Understanding requires compassion, patience, and a willingness to believe that good hearts sometimes choose poor methods. Through judging, we separate. Through understanding, we grow." And that was by Dos Antamata. I think this is an amazing quote. I really do. It is very difficult sometimes not to make a judgment based on your opinions, based on what's stuck on your emotional window. If nobody understands the concept of an emotional window, it's almost, you see the world through this little window, and that's your perspective. But your window isn't a clear window. It is blocked and obscured by your learning, by things that you absorb. So by the way you're treated. So for example, really random example, if you are treated poorly by a partner, that will stick on your emotional window, and everybody that you then see through that window is obscured by your previous experiences. So everything you do, in a sense, is governed by what's already happened to you. You have the ability to change it, but it's actually very difficult to do that. So what I really wanted to say was, it's not an easy thing to say, actually, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to try and understand it from all ways. And I suppose sometimes it can be misconstrued as sanctimonious, that you'll say, actually, I'm going to look at it from all perspectives. But sometimes that's really necessary. To understand does take compassion. It might be completely alien to the way you think about things. But being able to say, actually, let me understand your point of view. Let me take the time. As we said, it takes compassion and it takes patience. Patience sometimes means zipping it, being entirely silent while somebody else explains, or, you know, as I said, taking stuff off your emotional window, just reading it exactly as it is. One of the things, I mean, obviously it's incredibly potent at the moment, because if you don't understand everything that's going on, it can be very easy. One of the things I've read in the paper today, you know, we can't Photoshop history. No, but we can learn from it. And the problem is that society as a whole doesn't learn from history. We perpetuate mistakes. We don't take accountability for the mistakes that we've made. So I just really wanted to say that, you know, you have the opportunity at present to be able to take stock and to think about things from somebody else's perspective. Don't waste the opportunity. So I have lots of important and great things coming up at the moment, but nothing that I can share just yet. But I hope you've enjoyed this load of rubbish. It's a very short load of rubbish this week, because it really was just a message of, you know, have a think, take a step back, be patient, be compassionate, and learn. So if you've enjoyed it, please do click subscribe, and hopefully you'll enjoy a bit more of my waffling as we go further on. So lots of love. Bye.